is going on, fellow vets? Brian Reese, Air Force Service Disabled Vet, and the VA Claims Insider coming at you live from Austin, Texas. And in this video, I'm sharing massive changes that are coming next year, 2024, and how the VA reviews and rates mental health claims. Okay. These are the biggest changes we have seen to the rating schedule for mental health in over a decade. Okay. This is the biggest change we've seen since the VA removed something called the Global Assessment of Functioning score. Okay. The VA used to assign something called a GAF score to assess the severity of your mental health condition. That was removed. It was replaced by the current system, and the VA is proposing to make changes again. Okay. Now, the first thing you need to know is this is still just a proposal. This has not been implemented yet. However, I think it's going to be implemented in the summer of 2024. Okay, that means you've got 6 to 7 months or so as of the date of this video between those changes actually going into effect. Now, here's what it means. So I want you to understand where the VA is coming from. And I'm going to lead with, overall, I think that this mental health rating change is a good thing. Here's why. Okay. The VA has proposed to adopt new evaluation criteria that more accurately captures the occupational impairment. Okay. That means work impairment caused by mental health disabilities, and to provide adequate compensation for the earnings losses experienced by veterans dealing with service-connected mental health conditions. Okay, that's all goodness. Okay. Now, the VA has publicly stated this new criteria should generally lead to more generous compensation for veterans than the current rating formula. I agree. Okay, I actually think that these changes are going to result in higher mental health ratings. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because there's less stringent requirements to get the 70% rating for mental health and to get the 100% rating for mental health. Okay. The other change is they are removing the 0% rating criteria for mental health. That's gone under this proposed change. The new minimum compensable rating for mental health is now 10%. All right, Brian, when is this going to happen? When are these mental health changes coming? The exact implementation date is not known. Okay. My best guess is the summer of 2024. Okay. And the other thing you need to note is that there's a 60-day cooling off period from the date that this is finalized. Okay. So when they finalize these proposed rating changes, there's a 60-day cooling off period before it actually takes effect. Okay. So is it possible that this won't take effect until the fall of next year? Yes. Okay. It's possible. Nobody knows for sure. Okay. And by the way, here's a pro tip. If you already have a VA rating for mental health under the old system, you're grandfathered in. Okay. You will not be affected by these new updates. Okay. So what is changing? How is this going to be evaluated? Okay. I wrote a recent high value blog post. Okay. If you want to search for this online, just type VA mental health rating changes or VA mental health rating changes 2024. You can also visit our blog at vaclaimsinsider.com/blog. Okay. You'll see it written there. I want you to go and look at this full criteria in detail. Okay. I don't have enough time in this video to cover all of it, but I'm going to cover what you need to know. Okay. So the new VA ratings for mental health are going to be 10%, 30%, 50%, 70%, and 100%. Okay. Very similar to how they are now. The only difference is the removal of the 0% criteria. But here is what I need you to know. Okay. The VA is proposing to move away from the subjective evaluation criteria for mental health that currently exists, and they're moving to a more objective form of mental health. Now, I'm a little skeptical here because they've tried this before with GAF scores, But I think this is a little bit different, and I'll explain why. Okay. So the mental disorder rating criteria, the new criteria contains 5 domains. Okay. And those domains are related to your ability to function based upon your mental health issues. Okay. The domains are cognition, interpersonal interactions and relationships, task completion and life activities, navigating environments, and self-care. Okay, so those are the 5 domains of function that the C&P examiner and the VA rater are going to be looking at when they're assigning you a rating. Okay, so once you have the 5 domains of function, there's a rating within each domain. Okay, so the domain and the levels of function within the domain range from a number of 0 to 4. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're actually called levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 4 is the most severe. Okay. And what happens here is the VA rater, the C&P examiner, they're looking to evaluate the level of impairment within each domain. That's the first part. And then they're looking at how many total domains are affected. Okay, so it's a 2-part rating system. Once you have the domain, the severity of the domain, and then the number of domains affected. Okay, so I'll just read the 30% criteria, and then I'll read the 100% criteria. So the 30% criteria says a level 1 in 2 or more domains. Okay, so that means you have very limited impacts of function across those domains, but you have a level 1 in 2 or more of the 5 domains. Okay, that's the 30% rating. The 100% rating, on contrast, the most severe, says you have a level 4 in 1 or more domains. So that means you have the most severe impacts in the 5 domains. Okay, so level 4 in 1 or more domains, or a level 3 in 2 or more domains. Okay, here's why I think this is good for veterans, because I think the standards have actually been relaxed. I think this is a more generous way to rate mental health conditions. Okay, I really do. I think this is going to be a good thing for veterans. Okay, again, you can check us out at vaclaimsinsider.com. If you want to read the High Value Companion blog post, you can also look within the description of this YouTube video. I have it linked in there. You can also go to vaclaimsinsider.com/blog, and you can see it there. Fellow vets, again, Brian Reese, the VA Claims Insider, out from Austin, Texas. I so appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to y'all real soon.